Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Education and asks, what recent announcements has she made that supports the learning of Asian languages in schools?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, I'm delighted to announce that 22 programs involving 129 schools will receive a total of $3.3 million over the next 3 years to establish new Mandarin, Japanese or Korean language programs or expand existing ones. This signals the first phase of the government's commitment to a total of $10 million over 5 years to increase the provision of Asian language in schools. The first round generated such enthusiasm for Asian languages in classrooms. For the second round, we are extending funding eligibility to include all Asian languages. Applications for that round open today, and schools have until the 25th of September to register their interest.
Supplementary question, Tracy Martin.
Does the Minister believe that New Zealand students learning an Asian language is more useful or has more value than New Zealand students learning Te Reo Māori?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, the choice as to which languages a school wishes to provide to its students is a discussion between that school and its Board of Trustees. What this government does is fund and support the availability of Te Reo Māori, of English, of sign language, and in addition, this wonderful announcement I'm making today about Asian languages.
Supplementary question, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, what benefit will the ALICE, Asian Language Learning in Schools Fund, bring to New Zealand children?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, international evidence shows learning a second language can also contribute to the development of a student's literacy skills in their first language. Also, in addition to supporting our official languages, English, Te Reo Māori and Sign Language, and Pacifica languages, we need to provide young New Zealanders with opportunities to learn the languages of countries that we have strong cultural, economic and trade relationships with. Future generations of kids need to be able to work in different cultural environments and communicate in different languages as our international and trading links grow, particularly with Asian countries. Easy access to learning an Asian language is a real benefit to the young people of New Zealand.
Supplementary question, Tracy Martin.
Will the Minister be making a similar announcement that her government will also provide the additional funding required to increase the numbers of resource teachers of Māori, thereby supporting the delivery of Te Reo Māori in both English and Māori medium schools? If not, why not?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, I can refer that member to successive budgets within which we have made those commitments already. There are scholarships available for kaiako that was announced in budget 2013.
Order. Point of order, Tracy Martin.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. My question was specifically around the increase of numbers of resource teachers of Māori.
Order, no. The question started with, will the Minister be making similar announcements? The Minister was talking about previous announcements she made. Does the Minister wish to complete the answer? Then the question has been answered. That concludes... Order. Point of order, Chris Hipkins.
Mr. Speaker, standing orders allow for 12 oral questions each day, and I understand that the Māori Party were unable to lodge a question by the deadline this morning. I therefore seek leave for them to be able to ask their oral question.
Order, you cannot. Order, the member knows the rules very well for this House. He cannot seek leave on behalf of another member. Point of order, Chris Hipkins.
In that case, I seek leave to ask a question myself, seeing as that there is not an additional question
order,
being lodged by the Māori Party.
Order, no. I just need to deal with this first. That's certainly within standing orders. Leave is sought by Chris Hipkins to ask one additional question. Is there any objection? Order. Is this a point of order?
Yes.
Point of order, Marama Fox.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. I seek leave to ask a question on behalf of the Māori Party.
Well, leave is sought for that particular course of action. Is there any objection? There is none. It's a very unusual... Now, I need to know... I think you also need to describe who you're asking the question to.
I'd like to ask the question of the Minister of Social Development.
Order, no.